And we arrive here at Barry Koral's farm, and you can see the wonderful lemon trees here in California, right here on this farm.
It has to come from the roots, and the only place it comes from is the individual to wake up and take personal responsibility. That's where it's got to come from, wherever you're at, you know. So, and the way we start is by being as optimally healthy as we can and as consciously aware.
So what kind of art do you produce? I mean, this is all pieces you put together, right?
I produce the art of
Look at this beautiful
This is, I know, it's amazing.
piece
I
here.
put together the art of living, number one. Then I'll show you my home. I have all kinds of paintings inside. And, yeah, I paint, I draw, I write, I illustrate. Here.
This is all your art. You put the whole shower together.
Everything.
You just built with your own hands.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Really beautiful.
Absolutely.
Well, some people might hire somebody.
Well, I have the gentleman, his name's Koral, but the thing is, just like Picasso, he had 7 people studying with him, and they implemented a lot of his creativity, but it was through his direction. It's not who manifests it.
So I'm here at Barry Koral's tropical fruit farm
Beautiful.
in California.
L'chaim.
Yes. And so Barry, what did you prepare for us here at your fruit farm?
I've got 2 kinds of blood oranges. One is called Taraco. The other one is Moro blood orange. I infuse it with navel oranges because that's what's in season right now, and I'm loving the citrus. It gives me a jump start in the morning. And then I also prepared a fruit platter with cherimoys at the end of the season, some more blood oranges, and Oro Blanco grapefruits.
Gorgeous.
And some different types of greens from the garden.
What could be more beautiful? I mean, it's almost like you don't even want to touch it. It's artwork.
Well, the thing about it is artwork, and everything that we consume and everything that we do in our life ultimately is an art form, and we have to look at it like that. We don't have to, but it's a better way to go, because then we are expressing the beauty for each of us, which we deserve. And there's many speakers that are speaking about this, to really make every single moment be the best ever. And I think it's really, really important, because we are all striving to be the artists that we are, and it's a matter of acknowledging each other and respecting each other for the creation, because this is a sacred moment to be alive on this planet.
Definitely.
And it's very much of a time that is creating a lot of change, and we're breaking away from the old and embracing the new. There's a lot of confusion, but there's a lot of beauty along the way, and it's a matter of maintaining your inner light and shining it out into the world and reflecting that through clarity of thought, and not to be a revolutionary, but to be an evolutionary, and to share the evolution with knowledge.
Wonderful. And to add all this colorful food into our world as well.
Everything in most countries, it's all about color. Here in America, we subdued our color, because I believe what we're striving to do is subdued our expression. And the idea is for each one of us in our own way, which we're all unique, to be expressive, and not in a hurtful way, but in a positive way. So that's my direction, and I really support each of us to embrace that.
Thank you, Barry.
Thank you. That's who I am. And we're here at my tropical fruit farm in Vista, California. It's called Koral's Tropical Fruit Farm. And I have over 200 different types of trees here. A lot of them are coming into foraging. The biggest crop that I have is actually the figs. I've got 35 fig trees. I have 8 different varieties. And right now it's the last of the cherimoyas. I have cocktail grapefruits, Oro Blanco grapefruits, 2 kinds of blood oranges. I have the Taraco and also the Moro blood oranges. I have a very unique citrus. It's called sweet lime and sweet lemon. It's really good for a sore throat. It's also good for clearing your palate before you eat or after you eat. And these are all very beneficial. They're high in vitamin C, And the way I start my day is either with coconut water or citrus. And I find
Yum.
that it's a wonderful way to start the day, because what we're all actually doing, whether you realize it or not, we're dry fasting as we're sleeping. And then when we wake up, rather than putting a lot of items into your body, it's the best time to eliminate. And the way I eat my food is I do it according to a rhythm of science. I actually eat scientifically, and I realize that also that I never eat when it's dark, because the thing is, it's best to eat your biggest meal is when you're strong, not weak. So what I do is I eat approximately around 3 or 4 o'clock in the day. I predominantly eat about 65 to 70% fruit, and then as the day progresses and I want to ground myself more, I'll eat a salad with minimal fat in it, and I feel vital and alive, and
You look
kicking butt.
wonderful.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
So it's all an inside job, and I feel each one of us, once we gain the knowledge of nature, we could really rejuvenate ourselves and turn this planet around one bite at a time and one person at a time.
Amen.
So, thank you, and eight women.
Let me just take a picture here of all these wonderful fruit trees back here with cherimoya and guava and all different kinds of citrus. It's a beautiful, beautiful fruit farm in Vista, California. Beautiful.
There's 3 beautiful women.
I
are his
accept
daughter.
all the beauty that surrounds me.
This is Karen, and I am here at Barry Koral's Tropical Fruit Farm.
Welcome.
And here's Barry.
Hi.
And we have Alicia Grant, who is the owner of Raw Synergy TV, and she also runs the Orange County Raw Food Meetup Group.
Hooray,
and this
hooray.
is Dr. Kinga Zooks, medical doctor who loves raw food.
Beautiful.
Vista, California.
And we're all eating together for more
Oranges.
happiness.
I don't do it that way because I
Barry, are these avocados from your farm?
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. And
Here is a fig tree.
Promote the next
promote-
thing.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
that would
something
be
like
good.
that, yeah.
The thing here, and you said June or July?
July. It'd have to be the end of July or August. That's when the fruits come in heavy.
Okay, so maybe have you turn speak in July and
Yeah.
come here in August.
That's something.
No. Right, nobody will be
Where, fruit stock? Oh. Intuitively, that it was the highest vibration of the way of eating, and eating fruit, and who we really are fruitarians. And the thing about it is we've all adapted to different geographical locations to fend ourselves for the different types of food, because the truth is, the human experience of being a human is wanting to live. Even if we're self-destructive, the body still wants to live. So we're doing what we can to survive. So as a result, we've adapted to different geographical locations, and we ate the food of what was available in that geographical location. But the thing about it is, it's not necessarily aligned with who we are as human beings, because most people, unfortunately, are not eating human food. And if you're eating food that's not derived from nature, from its direct source, what you're doing is you're eating food that has been altered. And once you alter your food, it alters you. And it keeps you disconnected from who we really are. And what we're striving to do is become human.
Yes.
And most people are not viewing that in a natural way. We're viewing it in different ways, only because we can't view something only until we integrate it within ourselves and really understand what we're really doing. And there's a lot of misconfused ideas out in the world about what really is health, for instance. And I really believe that since I've created this tropical fruit farm, it's assisted me to go to the town where I really want to live, and it's called Wellsville. It's a new town in society. Wellsville.
We all want to live in Wellsville.
We want to live in Wellsville. So
I want to live in Vista.
the only way we can really accomplish that is one bite at a time,
Yep.
and one thought at a time, and one action at a time. And once we're able to do that, we are embracing Wellsville, and we spread it. We spread it throughout the planet, and before you know it, we get back to where we first came from, and that's nature and the greater spirit of God. Or it's not about being religious, it's about being connected. And that's really what we're all wanting to do. The world as it is right now in many ways is very disconnected, and what we're wanting to do is reconnect.
Yeah.
And we could do it. We could do it one bite at a time, one step at a time, one thought at a time, one action at a time.
Barry,
So
can you also tell us about the ants? I heard you talking about the ants and the connection to citrus.
Well, it's not so much
Cherimoya.
citrus as
Oh,
cherimoyas.
to cherimoya.
Yeah, cherimoya is a tropical fruit. It originated in South America, in Ecuador and Chile. And I've been to Santiago, Chile. They have cherimoyas that are this big. And they sell them for very reasonable prices because the insects there are able to penetrate the blossom and to recreate to be able to create the fruit. Whereas here in California, one of the places in the States, besides I believe the Hawaii, they also grow cherimoyas, that the only thing that really pollinates is hit or miss, or ants are able to take the pollen and penetrate the blossom and create the fruit. Other than that, you have to hand pollinate it, and you take a brush and you actually transfer the pollen into another blossom and to create the fruit. So that's really an interesting thought, and a lot of people have really not gained the knowledge of really knowing how the fruit grows, and that's why in the future Alicia and a few of us are going to get together here at the farm, and I'm going to educate people about how fruit grows, when to pick it, there's seasons, there's all kinds of conscience behind it. And even though you might not be a farmer, you could have a relationship to your fruit, knowing where it came from and knowing how to choose it when you are at places like grocery stores or health food stores. And I think there needs to be more of a connection in our society to what's going into our bodies to recreate our life.
Yeah.
So as a result, as a creative, artistic person, I'm putting my creativity into that because I think there's not a better cause than getting right back to where we first came from, and that's the basics of life.
Yeah.
So thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.